Look, the leaves are changing in Charlotte. I swear I blinked and the leaves just started changing, or they just started changing while we were in Brussels or something, because last week there was not this much color here. It's Monday. My name is Jenny. If you didn't already know that, if this is your first time here, then welcome. I vlog weekly, or I try to post them weekly anyway. I dropped my mom back off at the airport this morning. If you didn't see my vlog last week or the one from last week, these might get uploaded one right after the other. My mom and I went to Brussels over the weekend just to explore. She's never been to Europe. Today I am still off. I go back on call tomorrow, so I am just getting everything done today pretty much. I'm running some errands. I don't know if I'm gonna go grocery shopping today or tomorrow. I think it's gonna depend on what times I'm on call and what number I am to be called, because I have a lot to get done. So if I could split it up between today and tomorrow morning, that'd be great. Today's Tuesday and I'm on call today. I'm Rep B, so I'm on call from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But there were like 20 people good for the same amount of days as me in Rep A, which they go off call at 2 p.m. and it is 12:18 right now. So I'm good until at least 2. But then I'm like number 6 for my rap, so they'll have to go through a couple people before they get to me. I'm not getting my hopes up, because when I get my hopes up of not getting called, that's when I get called. So I'm just running some errands right now, and then I'm gonna work out and go grocery shopping just in case I do get a trip. And even if I don't get one today, I'll probably get one tomorrow. This is what working on a blog all day looks like. I have been looking at HTML and coding and CSS, which it's all kind of the same, but for the past 5 hours, and I need a break. It's Friday now, so to catch y'all up through the week, I was on call on Wednesday and I didn't get used. Yesterday I had OPR from 7 p.m. to 11, but I had to use a personal day today, so they couldn't use me in OPR. I didn't take a personal so that they couldn't use me. They couldn't use me because I took a personal day today because I had a doctor's appointment this morning. My appointment was about my migraines. I have a prescription for them now. I haven't taken it yet. I have a migraine coming on now, but I don't have the aura. It's just the pain. Having my lamp on hurts right now so much, and talking is really painful. I really wanted to vlog. Well, I was in the mood for it before I go pass out for an hour. I mentioned the idea of FMLA, which if you don't know what FMLA is, it's Family Medical Leave Act, and it's basically if you are taking care of somebody that requires you to miss work, let's say one of your children has some sort of chronic illness or disease or special needs or anything like that, or if you're taking care of a mom that has cancer or anything like that, or if you yourself have something, which I flew with a flight attendant who has FMLA for her migraines. She rarely uses it because the medicine that she takes works most of the time, but her doctor gave her the FMLA. It's essentially the doctor will write out, how often and for how long you're allowed to call out, and it doesn't count against you. I mentioned it to my doctor, and I had all my forms with me just in case, because I would want it just as a backup, just like this other flight attendant. But she said that this prescription should be highly effective, and if it's not, then to call her and we'll look into something else, maybe a preventative medicine, and worst case scenario, if we can't find anything that works for me, then we'll do the FMLA. But she said that if for whatever reason I do have to call out because the medicine's not working, then she would write me a note for it, which is good to know that she'll still be there for me to back me up. But if you didn't see I explain everything in another, like an earlier video. I'll link it down below if you're interested. Basically, like I just have to take this medicine when I start getting tunnel vision, because that was one of the first things that happens to me, like before I have a full-on migraine, like one that lasts for a day or two. I basically just have to pop it when I take it, start getting tunnel vision, and if in an hour it's not working, then I can pop another one, and if that doesn't work, then I just need to call her, and she gave me all this other stuff to call her in case whatever happens. Pretty much the rest of today, I'm gonna be working on my blog. Like I said, I'm probably gonna try to take a nap. I was gonna go work out, but they talked me into getting my flu shot this morning, so my arm is pretty sore. I could work out legs though. Happy Halloween! I am clearly headed to work. I got assigned a trip yesterday. It's a split trip, so what that means is the original crew is getting split off of the trip, and myself and a couple others are getting split on. Okay, today is just one leg to Albany. It departs at 11:45. It's 10 o'clock right now. And then we're there, I think the layover time is like 19 hours or something, and then tomorrow is just one leg back. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I left my sweater on a plane a few weeks ago, and nobody turned it in or anything, so I had to order a new one, and that just shipped yesterday, and it cannot get here soon enough because it's starting to get a little bit nippy out to have just short sleeves. Fingers crossed that that gets here like within the next week. Otherwise, I'm gonna be struggling. I'm now in Albany, and we've got 19 hours here. Supposedly there's a mall right next door, but I think what's gonna end up happening is one of the flight attendants who did the Disney college program, that like the one that I quit to be a flight attendant, she participated in that program as well, and she hung out with one of my really good guy friends. So I don't know how we never actually met before, but she's on this trip. I guess she became a flight attendant a few months ago, or came out of training a few months ago, and is based in Charlotte now as well. So we're gonna hang out, hopefully find a bar that is playing the Michigan-Minnesota game later. If not, then I'm just going to stream it here in the room. That is our game plan. So right now, we're just changing and getting settled in, and then she should be coming over any minute now. Also, I am the lead flight attendant because I am most senior. The other two are also both reserves. Abby is a reserve, and the other girl is a reserve. I am the lead because it's just one leg here and then one leg back in the morning, so might as well, and then get a little bit of extra pay for doing that. Plus I think part of the reason that I'm getting kind of worn out is because I've been working main cabin. Like, I don't remember the last time I was lead. It's been a few months. What happens is, like, if you work lead for a long time, that wears you out, but also if you work main cabin for a long time, you start to get sick of that. So I usually like to try to mix it up a little bit so that way I don't feel like I'm in a rut or something, if that makes sense. It's just nice to have a change of pace. I am back from Albany. Yesterday, like I said, with the other flight attendant and I went to a nearby bar and watched the Michigan-Minnesota game. Before that, we hung out in my room just watching like stuff about Disney and talking about Disney and basically just going on for hours about Disney. This morning was supposed to be an 8:05 departure. We didn't end up leaving until almost 10 and landed in Charlotte at 11:30. We had a maintenance issue. It was obnoxious because the first officer went up and told the gate agent, like, she started boarding, and so he went up, because technically they're not supposed to board unless maintenance gives the okay, then they're not supposed to board, because we don't know how long it's supposed to be. Like, if maintenance knows that it's going to be a while, then they aren't supposed to send people down to the plane. So the first officer went up and told the gate agent, and she kept sending people down anyway. So we're like, okay, well, hopefully this just gets done fast, because we don't want people to be stuck on the plane where they could have been sitting up in the airport and like been able to use an actual bathroom, not an airplane bathroom. It was just frustrating because, like I said, it ended up taking about an hour and a half, and they were just all just stuck on the plane. the entire time. We're having to answer all these questions that we don't have the answers to, whereas the gate agent does. So if they would have kept them up there, then they could have had their answers or questions answered. So there was a couple times that we had to call the gate agent to have her come down to answer something, or we ran up there, and it was just a hot mess. Today I've pretty much just been editing vlogs and about to upload one. I'm gonna get back to that. I hope everybody had a great week. Subscribe so you know when I put out a new video. Go follow me on my social media down below. Also leave any comments down below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will see you all next week. Bye!
We here! And we smell hot dogs because there's a hot dog stand.
Welcome to Brussels.
But that's the atomium.